Yeah, CVC. Okay, let's start then. Good evening, everyone. I'm Sensei Kevlar, here to look at some charts with you this evening. Um, before I do get started, I really just do want to take a minute and say thank you to everyone. We hit 100 subscribers today. I don't know if you guys know this. This is very much unplanned. I showed up one day looking for more people smart people to engage with, and this opportunity basically got thrown in my lap, and it has been an incredible adventure, and I'm just so incredibly excited to be sharing this with you. A bunch of really smart people in the room who are all incredibly dedicated to their profitability, and they're really taking on the discipline of learning to become a professional trader before they enter the market. And this is true of any athlete who is going to get into the ring, but with a heavyweight, is they're going to hit the punching bag first, and they're going to learn how to be a boxer before they go into a fight. So I appreciate that you guys believe in me enough to stop your trading and become profitable before you go trade again. Because it hurts me every time I hear about somebody making an unprofitable trade, being bag holder, having to exit at a loss. Because I know exactly how that feels, and I know exactly how avoidable it truly is. So, I'm just copying the link for him. First suggestion of the evening, CVC. Yeah, Civic. I love Civic. BTC. Okay. So, have we been seeing a breakdown on this? Absolutely. Could we have predicted a further breakdown below the line? Absolutely. You know, we were looking for a spike, and I believe I told somebody this could have been a bear trap and seemed to have been. Where can we go from here? Well, do we have any other really serious points in the market? I got a good one right here. I'd say that this is a highly interesting indicator. We've got a green spike here, and we've definitely got a much lower spike off of this here. I'd say the market isn't nearly as interested in it at this price point. However, this may be, if you really want to be aggressive, this could be a double up. But honestly, I gotta say to you that it's pretty aggressive. The much safer opportunity here is to wait for a second bounce off of this line and then double up here again when we can see that we really are going to go up again. Otherwise, you really could be looking at a very steady return all the way to here. And boy, I'd be much more prepared for that than I, would be to make a whole bunch of money trying to go up this way. This is a small trade opportunity. This is not something that I would get into in any sort of position sizing at this point. I would try and get into a position sizing only slightly larger down here. I certainly wouldn't get too excited about this. However, if we do see a solid bounce off of this line and a further increase in the volume, this absolutely has the potential to become an incredibly profitable trade for us. As such, I absolutely cannot write it off, but I'm not sure that I can take the double up right now. I would go ahead and pause on this and just see if we might get a second and third bounce. And what I'm really looking for on that second and third bounce is I'm looking for a high and then a higher high, right? I'm looking for an upward trend. I'm looking for something on the RSI or the MACD that tells me that we're not in a sideways trend or in a downward trend, because right now all of my indicators are just not signaling very strong. They're not telling me that this is really the market low. They say that they think that we could definitely have a lot more to go. I'd say that this would be a much safer opportunity to get into with a absolute plan to triple up here and a triple up here. I'd even do a quadruple up here. And the reason I do a quadruple or a 5x up down here is because this is a long way for it to have to run. A very, 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 very long way for it to have to run. But if I do a 5x up here, I can be very profitable on a very short leg, do a nice little bounce, does a little bounce and comes up. comes back down, and I can be profitable somewhere on this right here, right? On the turnaround from a bear trend into a bull trend. I would say that we still could be in a bull trend on this, and I'd be really looking for a stronger indicator right here. Next up is 10x. Oh goodness, I love 10x. PAYBTC. Had someone mention that this was news. Somebody successfully traded the news. I love trading the news. I think trading the news is a fantastic idea if you're planning for this to go the opposite direction that you think the news is going to go in. Because Lord knows I've seen that happen. I've seen Starbucks come out with, a fantastic, well above expectations, and their stock go down. I'm absolutely positive that can happen with other markets. So don't just go, oh, look, great news, and then, start buying in. That's not how this works. Can we make a successful buy on news like we did here? Absolutely. Can it do one of these and make us profitable? Absolutely. Can it sit here and go sideways and come on down below this? Yeah, it totally can. Be prepared. Plan for that. At this point, I would say that if you are really serious about this market, then a sell here, followed by a buy back in down here at a profit, would not be a bad opportunity at all. Because what we're seeing is on the news and we'd already seen a lift off of this, okay? Off of this right here, as we're seeing this trend line form right here. And we're seeing that this didn't even feel like respecting that. Off of the news, the market liked it even here at this price right here. Can we find this price again in the market? I bet we can. You don't have to think that hard about it. Of course, it's right there. Okay. Nice buy back in right here at this point. If you were automating, I could have planned this, right? If you were automating and you were saying, I want it to go, I'm going to buy in right here off this bounce of this trend line, off of news, where am I going to take my profits? Well, obviously, I'm going to take my profits right there, okay? Where am I going to buy back in? Where might it have bounced off of? Well, this is an obvious place right here. You just got to see it. You got to know to look for it. You got to know that this right here became this right here, which would again become this right here. You just have to know because it's done it over and over again, and you've drawn on the chart enough times to know that that's what it does. XMR BTC. Running out of charts, people. You're going to have to send me some more here. Okay. Yes. This is Monero, another one that I really, really like. Okay. Boy, are we getting some strong signals happening here. Look at this Williams indicator. I really like this buy a lot. Look at that. Very nice trend on the Williams indicator. Is RSI telling us that we were recently overbought? Yes. 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 Are we back to the norm? Are we in a market middle? Absolutely, right? Is this a good place to buy in cautiously? Yes. Single position? Okay, right? What could happen next if we buy in single position? Well, we've already planned that trade. It's right here, right? In fact, some of us are probably bag holders from up here at this point. So could this be a valid double up? Absolutely, this is a valid double up right here. If you're a bag holder from up here, you're doubling up right here. Here's your profit line right here. You can expect that it'll come up, might come down, see another bounce off of here, off of even stronger volume. You see this line go up right here like this, and you see all these shift down. Sure, double up again when it comes back down to right here. Okay? Absolutely. We didn't go any further down. We just got another confirmation and more volume that tells us we can go up again. It's fine to double up right here once we have further confirmation. But if you're remaining disciplined to a plan, you're not just 10xing up right here. You're doubling up here for the very first time. The very first time. Because you were a bag holder from up here, and it came down to here, and now you finally got a valid buy signal. But it's kind of weak. I think we might absolutely take a bounce off of this thing and come back down here again. Okay, so be very prepared for that. Be prepared to triple up again and again and again down here, and make sure that that doesn't even concern you in the slightest. That doesn't even make you think twice about it. It doesn't even make you bat an eye. That's so easy for your portfolio. Your portfolio can totally handle that. Otherwise, if your portfolio can't handle that, don't double up right here. Double up down here, right? Triple up down here, maybe. And then be profitable while the market just fucking sinks on you and you're making money on other profits. You don't need to commit your money here in order to be profitable. The emotional trader commits his money here and tries to be profitable here. The disciplined trader commits his money here and is profitable when it comes back up to here. That's the discipline. That's the way of the trader. We're going to add charts, guys. ZEM, ZEM, XEM, BTC. Yeah, I'll do Bittrex. How about that? Oh, I like that coin. Look at that trend. Take it from there. We'll go up to there. Yeah. Beautiful, respected return to the norm. Okay? This is absolutely a return to the norm. We've now bounced off of the norm, and we're in another hype cycle. Is this a good place to sell? Yeah, look at this. This is a fantastic place to take profits. If you bounced off of this line, where could we have bought in on this coin over and over and over again off of this line right here? Yeah, no problem. Why? If we bought here, could have been way profitable up here. We bought here, we're already about to be profitable. If we missed our bus here, we could have gotten it. We're on the bus here, right? Love this coin. It's not a 50-50 coin. It's not new and it's not old enough. It's not in the top 10. You don't do 50-50 on anything but top 10 coins. But it's a fantastic opportunity to exit right now. Take your winnings, walk away, go look for another opportunity, come back when this has made, either the leg back down or alternatively made the new leg up, come against there. Let's see what it could do. Where is it going to go? I'll tell you exactly where it's going to go. I drew a little too high. It's going to do one of these, one of those. Okay, where can it come down to? It can come down to right here. Come down. Can you be profitable off of this? I think so. Okay, and maybe we do this a few more times. Maybe it comes down. But at this point, what I'm really looking for is I'm looking for this right here. So I'm looking for a return to the norm. And a return to the norm would be a very with a volume bounce, would be the best sign in all the world. You could buy that as much as you like. So I would definitely, knowing that you might need to double up on this true bottom right here, this true bottom on bad news or something. Heaven forbid that you actually sink below that. But yeah, I can be profitable on this chart. I'm going to wait at this moment for a clear buy entry down here, or a clear buy entry after coming up here and then coming back down here. This would be a clear buy entry. This would be a clear double up. This would be a clear entry right here. What else could we do for entry? We could do this. Okay. Say we come down and we get a nice bounce right here on volume, lots of volume. Okay, can we see that? Sure. We can absolutely profit off of that if we plan for it, but we might need to plan to double up. If we enter here, I'm not going to double up here. It's too soon. I'm going to wait for it to come down to the actual bottom, because otherwise I can just sit here and do this for a while, and I don't care. I'll go trade something else for a while before it finally takes off again. If it actually finally does come down later on to down here, I will be disciplined. I will wait until October. I will not deviate from the plan. I will not sell early. I will not make this an unprofitable trade. I will put very, 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 very little coin into here, so I am comfortable with walking away until October if I need to double up down here, and then I can be profitable on this leg right here. Or need to triple up down here, and I can be profitable on this leg right here. Yes, if you're not familiar with the 50-50 strategy, then please go watch my positioning versus position sizing in my other videos. I need more charts here, guys. I'll pull up one of my own. Dash. Oh, I still want to look at a Bitcoin chart. What am I doing? We said that if we came down and bounced off of this one, this would be a clear buy entry. We still are needing a return to the norm and even a little bit of a correction on this for this to be a really clear signal. I've been taking profits on this for a while now, and I'm not sure that I'd like a re-entry right away. If you're new to this coin, if you're 50-50 in the market, then you should be zero at this point, right? You should have sold one position here and then bought it back here, and that should have been that. And you're ready to do anything in the next motion. Because based upon our lowering volume, we could absolutely fall back to here. That's no problem. Can we profit? Of course we can. Let's see, that right there. Sure, give us the first entry off of a increase in volume. Yes. Okay. Otherwise, let it fall on through. Where's our next entry point? Clearly, it's right here. And you see that this line's correlated over and over again in the market. Final entry point is down here. Look for the bounce. Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. YouTube people, my apologies. Cool, thank you. Pivx, P-I-V-X, BTC. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, this is an interesting one. I think we certainly do have a good long-term trend on this. Let's see what our opportunities are. Say the market really likes it at this price, but I definitely wait for something to happen that would tell me that this is genuinely a valid trend, because we're still not quite coming down and hitting it yet. Let's take a closer look at that. Still not quite coming down and hitting that, and we're definitely not seeing too much action on the volume at this price level. So I would say this is a wait. This is something that you could come down into and nick for another entry closer to this trend line right here. This might be your first entry point. Let's draw that. Could I get an entry here off of an increase in volume? Yes, absolutely I could, right? And then look for the double up off of the trend line with a triple up off of your real bottom, whatever that may be. That really shouldn't be the case. This should be the type of thing that you should be able to go into a little bit, get out, get in, get out, get in, get out, get out, get in, and do this over and over and over again. Because if you're doing it correctly, you're getting out here to get in here, and you're getting out here to get in here, and you're getting out here to get in here, and you're recognizing that what you're trying to do is you're trying to get into the market at the correct time. And once you do this with enough coins, you'll be in the market all the time. You'll be up, down, profiting all the time. Pennies, pennies turn into nickels, dimes, dollars, and then 10s and 20s and 50s and 100s. That's how this works. We'll do it so often that you won't even notice how profitable you will be, and then you'll just be incredibly profitable. Consistently profitable. This is a marathon, not a sprint. I can't buy enough NEO. The news is telling me to buy NEO. Everything's telling me to buy NEO. The news took a shit on NEO, and NEO came back down and made what, as far as I can see, no, it's not really a true bottom. It's not really a new bottom for it. It really is just this line right here that it plummeted down to, and the market just didn't like it all. Okay, this right here is just some idiot investor panicking. That's all this is. This is one investor, and he panicked. Okay, why? Because he was this investor right here. That's who he was. He was this guy, and he was doing this right here. And he panicked. He was like, I'm taking some profits. I'm getting out the news is bad. So can this absolutely come back up? Yeah, big time. It just needs a little bit of time. This is a buy it and then go figure out something else to stare at so it doesn't drive you crazy coin. But could you buy a lot of this? Yeah, you could even start with like 2 positions on this coin if you were really serious about it. 3 positions at the very most if you were really, really wanting to. And be prepared that the first double up is 6 positions on that. And if you don't prepare your portfolio for that, I'm not gonna forgive you. I'm not gonna even feel sorry for you. I'm gonna go, I told you so. I told you you needed to plan for that profit, that possibility. Stratus. Didn't I hear something about Stratus? I think I like Stratus for some reason. Yeah. I mean, these coins start to look a little bit redundant at this point. They all start to follow the same patterns. I think we're in a good place to. Oh yeah, take a look at the volume indicators on this. First of all, this is clearly a very strong market. Says no lower, absolutely no. You shall not pass. Right? We dip back down. Market comes right back in and says, nope, you're screwed. Can we get in right here? Yeah, 1 position, sure, no problem. Right? Can it bounce off of this line? Yes, it can absolutely bounce off of this line. Come flying back down. This would be our double up right there. This would be our second double up right here. This really is a double up right here. Why? Because it's only got to come up a little bit. You really don't need to get excited in order to make some money off of this one. If you double up here, what's your profit opportunity? Well, chances are good it might do something that looks just like this. Right? And then can we see a return to the norm after that? You bet we can. Okay? What else could we see? Well, I mean, this is what you need to plan for. You need to plan for this moment. You need to plan for it coming down here, and then come down here. True bottom, right here. And then 2 more times. Come down, come down, come down. Okay? Hopefully we do this, is what I'm really hoping we do. Okay? Where could we go to? First place we could go to is obviously pretty much right there. Where's the next place we could go to? It would be right there. Why? Because it's correlated over here. Oh, I seem to have drawn that right on. Sweet. I really like this coin. If you sold here, could you buy it back here? Yeah, especially with a nice bounce on volume. We just need to get above this, but I'd look out for this and I'd prepare for this. I'd plan for this right here. I'd very much plan for this right here. And I'd be real disciplined about this being a double and this being a double. 1 position, 2 position, 4 position, profit. Okay. And just do this across 20 coins, do this across 80 coins, do this across 100 coins, do this across as many coins as you can find. You don't think that you can turn, 0.001 bitcoins into 2 bitcoins in a couple of months this way? You're wrong. You're really wrong. I promise you, you're really wrong. It can be done, and I've done it. I've seen clients do it every day. I sit here and I do it with them. Zcash hasn't changed. Plan hasn't changed at all. Look at this thing. Coming off of here. You bet. We're in a market middle. We're in a great place to buy. I really like this coin a lot. Do we have room to run down? Yes, we absolutely have room to run down. But do we have room to make a massive spike upward? Yeah. How far? At least this far. How am I knowing? Because this is where we came to right here. We bounced off of this line right here. It became resistance. Can we get move up to here? Yes. Can we be profitable on that? Absolutely. That's 0.59 to 0.77. That's a fair amount of Bitcoin if you're trading this correctly. Could we come down to here? Yeah. Okay. I think I did MCO, but Digibyte for sure. DGB, BTC. Yeah, man, check that out. Pretty sure we said we like this right here. We said the double bounce, triple bounce, and then take, straight on till dawn. Okay, so what could happen here? Is this a good place to let go a little bit of our position if we're pretty profitable on this leg right here? Yeah, of course it is, right? If for some reason we were a bag holder from up here and we tripled up, we just barely reached our profit line right here. If we were a bag holder from up here and we quadrupled up, we're now profitable. If you planned for this, if you planned correctly that this was a quadruple up, you would have known that. Okay? I'll say that again. If you had been looking at this market and planned that this needed to be a quadruple up because it could come back up and smack this line and you needed to be profitable before here, this could have been your double up somewhere in here and you could have skipped it as it comes crashing down, do a quad X up, and now you're profitable right here on this line instead of above this line on a triple up or somewhere up here on a double up. This is a careful thing to trade, because if you really were a bag holder from here or God forbid here, I don't even know how to tell you if you're a bag holder from up here, right? This is terrible. If you were buying when this is happening, you're not my student anymore, right? If you think that this means that this is a good time to buy, and then we go sideways and it's like, oh, triple bottom, and you think it's a good time to buy, you're fooling yourself, right? You've obviously not seen enough charts to know that when you fly up like this, you fly back down like that every single time, right? So, God forbid you really are a bag holder, you could have tripled up and exited here, but really I like this opportunity much better. I think this is a much, much, much safer trade. I really like this trade a lot. I do not like this trade at all. Please take me out of June and July, because I was much happier in August and September. Much, much happier. Did XMR? Did I do it? I don't know if I did XMR. We'll take another look. BTC. I did do XMR. Yeah. I also did, come on, somebody give me some more. I think somebody put some in the Discord chat. ZEC, I don't think I did. No, is that Zcash? My yeah, it's Zcash. All right. Could you set the bot on Neo? If you could set the bot on Neo if you had a plan for trading Neo, right? Absolutely. So let me just, spend the last 2 minutes talking about that. For the students who have been here for 4 days now, they have been doing this for 4 days solid. Drawing trend lines. Finding resistance lines, support lines. Seeing that they're correlated, seeing that resistance turns into support over and over and over again. Seeing that these trends happen in the market over and over again, figuring out what these trends mean, figuring out, building the muscle memory that every time that they draw this shape, what it means going forward, because they've gone back and they've drawn this shape over and over and over again, and they figured out what it means going forward. Today, for the first time, I finally told them they could stop drawing lines on the chart for the first time, and I showed them the indicators that tell them what the lines that they would draw are anyway. I could not tell you what these indicators are. It wouldn't sink in, it wouldn't make sense, you wouldn't understand at a fundamental level unless you fundamentally understood what it meant when this line got drawn. And the only way to make you fundamentally understand what happens when this line gets drawn is for you to draw the line enough times. In order for you to stop drawing trend lines, you first have to draw all the trend lines. Now, I draw 0 trend lines, but only because I have drawn all of the trend lines. I know where every trend line is. It isn't until you practice this over and over and over again that you will be able to see these opportunities, you'll be able to take advantage of them consistently. And then once you're able to see and take advantage of these opportunities consistently, planning for those opportunities, and once you have a plan for those opportunities that will keep you profitable, trade that plan using automation. It's easy. It's really easy once you understand, right? It starts by having a plan, and that starts by understanding what a plan consists of and how to build a plan. This is wax on, wax off, and if you're not willing to wax on, wax off, you're never going to be profitable with your bot. You have to go in there and draw lines over and over again in order to understand, for me to be able to tell you what the EMA is, for me to be able to tell you what Bollinger Bands are. You have to fundamentally have it locked into your head. I can't tell you what the 50-50 strategy is unless you understand that the position size is 1 and you need to double up. I can't. It doesn't work. You have to start with understanding the basics and then work your way through the fundamentals. Then and only then will you be able to know the answer to the questions like, can I use a bot to plan to make this trade? I'm just going to do these two really quick. I think Bitcoin is absolutely falling right on its line. Absolutely falling right on that line. I think we should look for a return, and I'd really like to see a higher spike on volume when we get to here, when we get down to here, right here. I'd really like to see a higher spike, volume coming up to meet us. That would mean that what we could do is, if we got denied this lower low, because we did kind of push it a little bit, if we got denied that lower low, even if it came up a little bit, that would be beautiful. That would be a really nice signal on more volume. ARK and then UBQ, and that's it for the evening. I hope you were profitable on this one. It's a really good time to pause and reflect. Where are we in the market? Well, we got some craziness happening. This is a correlated line. This is a completely uncorrelated line. Can I tell you anything about what's going to happen next, other than it's almost certainly going to come down from here? Not really. It's almost certainly going to come down from here. Look at the trend on here, right? The trend here, when it was ready to go up, was fine. This was a solid trend. We could have traded. We could have bought. Look at this volume. We could have bought this right here. Absolutely. Can we buy this right here? No, I'm sorry. It's not a good point to buy right now. Look for other opportunities. UBQ, BTC, same thing. It's like a clone. Clone situation. Yeah, we really need to see a new trend develop, and we need to see this come down off of this line. Can we get a bounce right here? Absolutely. That would form our first buy signal right there on that line. We could get a nice bounce right here. Right now is a terrible time to buy. Look at what's happening with our momentum indicators. With our trend, this is our trend indicator, this is our momentum indicator. Really bad idea. So I would wait on this one, but I don't think you have to wait too long. I think you'll know pretty soon if you're going to get a solid bounce off of here, and 1, 2, 3 checks and then break on through, 1, 2, and then go on up. Or if you just are really going to turn it around here and go to the moon, you could absolutely wait. There's so many other obvious opportunities to get into without taking a really risky move off of a completely uncorrelated line like this one. I don't even know where this is in the market, to be honest with you. I guess we do. It's not there, right? It's this little itty-bitty channel that's happening right here. Just not crazy about it. Really want to see more volume. I really want to see a nice ramp, and at the moment I'm just not seeing that ramp right there. I'm seeing a lack of interest instead of an increase in interest. So that's unfortunate, but I would look for other opportunities on this one. Okay, I think that's everything. I really do hope that this is beneficial for you. I hope I have made myself available to you consistently, constantly, and I hope I have instilled upon you just how much I appreciate the work that you all are putting into this and putting into your profitability and putting into changing the way that you think about trading. And I really do think that we are forming a really strong team here. Today, when I saw people jumping into the chat room and helping to catch the newbies up, and I didn't have to step in and repeat everything that I had said again, that was brilliant, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. That's called bringing up the team. And the more bringing up of the team that we do, the stronger we all will become as a group. And then together, as we advance our ideas, as we find these opportunities, we can alert each other, we can bring in more analysis, we can we can see what the other people miss. There is so much value in doing this as a strong, committed group that could really, really, really make us much, 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 much more valuable. Why? Because many eyes make for small problems. Whereas one set of eyes, it's a it's a large market out there. But when we have many eyes and we're all talking about it and we're all doing this group thing, and then I'm sitting here helping you to become better, so you're gonna do what I'm doing. I'm cloning myself. I'm duplicating myself by giving you my powers, by giving you my abilities, by showing you what I'm doing, by telling you what I'm doing. And next week's going to be huge because we're going to bring in Friday we're going to bring in predictive indicators. Next week we're going to bring in advanced indicators and all kinds of really cool new tools that that you've probably never seen before. A lot of people have never seen this stuff before. The final week we're going to get into really advanced trading techniques, advanced derivatives and other cool things like that, and cool strategies that we can do that. That's the third week. And then really the fourth week is really just about, practicing, honing, having access to your sensei and practicing, practicing, practicing. I really do feel honored that you guys are committing to practicing, you guys are making this work for you, and you guys are focusing on your profitability rather than on your bot making you short-term gains, which you're just going to give back to the market anyway in the long term, I promise you. So, stay disciplined, stay profitable, plan for that profitability, plan that trade, and trade that plan. Thank you very much, guys. Good night.